do my intros like 6 times. Hey, it's Cade. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. And this is my sister Hannah. Today we're talking about DMs and the proper way to slide into DMs for the highest success rate. Alright, so before we get into her actual DMs, we're going to talk about the most common types of DMs that we see people sliding in with.
So just be like, snap question mark, you got snap question mark, what's your snap? And it's like, it's so boring. It's like, I will never respond to those. That's just like pathetic. Like,
even if they're really hot or famous? Or if they're verified?
No.
Really?
I might like give them my snap, but I probably wouldn't even add them back. Sophia will definitely snap that. And this is also one, it's like, just snap. Hey, what's your snap?
What's your snap?
If you DM a chick, don't DM like girls that are also on her Instagram. Like this is the one that's like, what's your favorite movie? And that was like 3 years ago. I just like never opened it. I was just not gonna respond though. And then he's like, cute, so beautiful. And he's like, hope you have a good friend. I was like, you too. He's like, thank you. And he's like, and then he was like, oh,
yeah, that's so not what beautiful. I mean. So
and then he was like, you were such a gorgeous girl and your body is perfection. I'm sorry if I know you're saying this. And I was like, don't you have a girlfriend of like 2 years? And he was like, yeah, it's just a compliment though. I'm not trying to do harm, I'm sorry. Is that okay, Colin? And I was like, I mean, it's nice. I'm just saying your girlfriend probably wouldn't want you to say this.
For my tips for DMs, because the only ones that ever work for me are basically responses to stories that are somewhat humorous and a creative, but not overly creative.
Like just witty. Like,
yeah, and you don't have to secure a number or Snapchat or it doesn't have to be like a very meaningful conversation because you can do that 2 or 3 times and that builds some rapport with you and they'll feel more comfortable giving you your Snapchat at some point later in the future. So if they're not following you, you need to get them to follow you somehow. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like when you get put in that message request folder, it's like, you're fucked. Alright, so this next DM is, I'm gonna pull it up right here. And if you could just like the video real quick and subscribe and drop a comment on your favorite DM is, that'd be great. And we'll go back to the video. Feel free to keep me a like.
This is your friend Cooper though.
Cooper who? Oh my fucking oh my god, Cooper! Dude. Is
and
the
then
same
like,
Cooper I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Devin!
Devin! And like a few weeks later, I came over to your house for Thanksgiving.
He was there,
and he was there.
When I send an email, unless it's like something very, very urgent, I don't send the email waiting for a response. And that's how I feel like you should treat the DM, because if you send a DM and you're constantly checking back and forth, you're just gonna kill yourself thinking about it.
Like if you DM someone and they just like and don't respond, or if they don't respond, or if they don't even open it, don't keep going. Like, that's just embarrassing for yourself.
Cut your losses. So what do you think about photos that they send? Since you had to because you didn't have Snapchat, but if you didn't have Snapchat and people are sending you photos, the ones that go away after like you click on it, like a Snapchat,
yeah.
How do you feel about those pictures? Because I think that's weird if you're sliding in with a picture like that. I think
I did get one request as a DM and it was just a picture and I was really hesitant to open it.
It's probably like, a dick pic. I feel like
no,
if I was a girl, I would expect a dick pic.
I was thinking he was gonna like hack my Instagram. This is what I was saying earlier. He was like, hey, you got a snap. And then like 20 days later, it was like down. And then he was like, yo, you for real gonna have to quit playing with me and let me add you. And I was just weird. Like,
I just feel like ghetto messages don't work. So if you're gonna respond to a message, something like those eyes isn't witty, it's not funny, it doesn't warrant any type of response other than the girl saying thanks, which you don't want. You don't want a girl saying thanks because that's just lame. Because there's no, unless they're super attracted to you, they're not gonna add anything. They've heard that 1,000 times, and every other guy sliding the DM is saying the exact same thing.
Did you used to have a crush on me? And I was like, oh my god, are you kidding? Because like he used to be so fun with me, and I would just be like, yeah. And I was like, are you kidding?
When he was a senior?
Yeah, because like he had another account that he would DM me off of, and then his girlfriend blocked me off of it. And then he was like, guess I was wrong, too bad. I was like, no offense, why would you even think that? He was like, I didn't, it was just a question to get an answer. I was
wait, I think I've read these messages before.
You probably have, I probably showed you. And I was like, what? And he was like, what you curious about? What are you asking what to? I was like, why did you ask me that? Also, why did you block me? He was like, I didn't, my crazy ex did, which they're back together now. And I was like, why? He was like, which question do you want answered? I was like, why did she block me? And he was like, she don't want me talking to other girls. She requested me the same exact day that he had blocked me. And that's why I was like, and then he was like, you want the other question answered now? I was like, what other question? He was like,
oh my god.
Why I asked if you had a crush. Why I asked you if you had a crush. And I was like, no offense, I literally cannot care less. And he was like, good. I couldn't either. I didn't want to answer the questions.
It's like, why are you getting mad? Like, just shoot your shot and then forget about it. Like, it's just like an email, you just send it. But people just get like angry over like petty shit. I just don't get that. I'm like, you look like a bitch. you look like a bitch, and then they're gonna show all their friends.
Yeah,
so you're
that's
screwed.
you will definitely show.
So it's like you're DMing them. You want to keep as much power on your side of the court as possible, because if you send the DM and you're waiting their response, they have almost all the power. So you have to somehow keep a little bit of that.
Or like they'll be like, why don't you ever text me? And I'm like, okay, well now I'm never going to text you if you're gonna get like weird about it. You know?
Yeah, because it's like you
That's,
might as well
so
keep your
weird.
option open and not be a bitch about it. Because like maybe in 6 months she changed her mind, or maybe she wasn't ready and that's why she didn't respond to you. But now you fucked that bridge up. You like burned it down to the ground because you like roasted her.
He was like, hi, do you know who I am? And I was like, no. And he was like, well, that's good because I know who you are. I was like, that's great. And he was like, I'm watching you. And I was like, good for you. He's like, you're scrolling through Instagram on your bed. And I was like,
it was something like this. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen when I get a chance. She was like, hi, and I think I said hi. I don't think I responded. And then she was like, do you like me or something? And I was like, I have no idea who you are. Like, you look like you have an Android. And she had like broken English. She was like, oh, like you have a crush on me, right? And I was like, what? And she goes, sorry, I have a boyfriend. And I was like, what? Like 4 messages. I was like, wait, what?
so if you're gonna start a conversation, make it like quick and witty if it's gonna be over DM. Like, don't have like serious conversations. Like, he was like, what are your plans for the future? I was just like,
Is that Mr. Brumley's kid?
yeah. I know, right?
Hey, how old is he?
Don't like open up your life story to some random chick on Instagram. That is like weird pressure on me. Like Chipotle or something.
No, it was Chipotle wasn't the main picture. It was like something, and then Chipotle was in the background.
Oh.
And so I just attacked the Chipotle angle, and then she just said, "You always do the same thing." I said, "Always interesting." So I hit her with this 3, but these all came at the same time. I sent all 3 of these messages like right after another, but she didn't respond. She just hearted it, and then it was whatever. So I'm not gonna go and like say another thing. Like there's already a message in there, and plus I'm not
And
like
she's not,
I don't care that much if she doesn't respond or not, because I don't know this girl. Like I just follow her. But I was like, if she responds, like I'll just carry a conversation, like whatever could lead to something. If not, I don't give a shit. Like it's fine. And so
like if someone DM'd me that would be completely fine. Like
Yeah.
and if I saw your picture in my feed, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's Kate.
Yeah.
He had DM'd me.
and she actually
like,
did
he
follow
was,
me
like,
after.
He was like totally nice and funny and like weird. And I also wouldn't think you're hitting on me if you sent me that.
Yeah,
too.
and so
I would just
later,
think you're, like, a
if I
funny
do
guy,
want to hit
like,
on you,
maybe.
and she'll
Yeah,
look back
then I
at these
would give you
pictures,
a
she's like,
chance.
oh, that's the guy who like said something stupid about Chipotle, like it's
Yeah.
fine. And I didn't like go, oh, okay, can I get your phone? Like after these
Yeah.
messages, if I'd said, can I have your phone number, that would have been suicide. Here's an example of stuff I don't respond to, and I'm a dude. Like this girl responds to my story with heart eyes. Wow, another heart eyes. I'm like,
yeah.
what am I, even if she was someone I was attracted to, what the fuck am I gonna say to that? Thanks. A lot of times, if I send a DM, it's not to secure someone's phone number or Snapchat. It's literally to put my name on in their mind, so that when they see my picture, or maybe they go, oh, like who is this guy? I don't follow them, and they'll see my stuff. I have good quality pictures up. But I mean, rarely do I message them with the intent to like get anything out of it.
I had gotten 7 separate messages from him. It was like, you have a snap question mark, unsent. Snap question mark, unsent. Do you have a Snapchat question mark,
So I think he didn't
unsent.
know that
And I was like,
it tells you that.
You know I can see these. And then
So this girl, super pretty. So she had liked like 4 of my pictures and followed me. And I typically like don't even see that, but I was just on Instagram and saw like it popped up when I was already scrolling. And then so I went like looked at her page, she had a cool page, so I followed her back. I liked like 1 of her pictures, and then she did it again. She liked like 6 of my pictures. So I went back and like I went back on her story highlights, I think, and I responded and said, hey, is this Hawaii? And then I said, figured I would one up you from the old pictures you like. She just knows from Greece. Just normal conversation, whatever. And then like eventually she literally just like didn't even like read the message, and it just like ended, whatever. But like that's just like an example. So like if I were to message her now, it would maybe work. But like, oh yeah, I
I don't know why she would.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know
but
why
like,
she wouldn't. Like,
I don't care that much. Like it's just a DM. This girl, I don't even know her. Even if I knew her, it's not the end of the world. Like it's just a DM. She was just like, how are you? I want to get to know you better.
Oh. Yeah.
So that's all I have for today. This is all the DMs we went through. I went through a few of mine, went through a few of hers. If you like this type of video, let me know. If not, then let me know. And yeah, so please subscribe to the channel. Please like this video, and we'll see you next time. Peace. Bonus tip time. We're gonna talk about basically, it doesn't matter how hot, famous, or cool you are on your Instagram. It doesn't matter how shitty your Instagram is or how professional your page it looks. You need to have a solid DM or some type of strategy with your DM for it to work out, basically.
That's fine. Just keep it like quick and witty and natural, or else it's just gonna be weird.